Hey up, welcome to the Cannonall Farm podcast with us, the Nicholson brothers farmers, Rob and Dave.
We're two Yorkshire farmers who, along with our dad Roger, brother Rich and the rest of our family, have turned a farm with 2 sheds and a barn into an award-winning tourist attraction.
You've seen us on telly, live on Facebook, and now we've got our very own podcast.
On today's episode, we've got part 2 of our chat with our mum and dad, the incomparable Cynthia and Roger Nicholson.
Coming up.
Do you have a go-to karaoke song?
It's Ghost Riders in the Sky.
Right, hit us with it then.
An old cowpoke went riding out on dark and windy day. And that'll do.
Well, I really enjoy these episodes, Rob. But until that, what have you been up to this week?
This week, right, and don't think I'm weird, I've been supervising a lot of matings. No, this is genuine. You don't get baby animals without successful comings together of animals, right? And it needs doing properly. It needs doing safely, both from our point of view and the animals. And if we want babies next year, this is what we've got to do.
Is it Magic Mike or Magic Man? Or?
Magic Man.
Magic Man.
He's a real handful.
Magic Man is a miniature American
horse.
Yes, but he's an Appaloosa horse.
Yeah.
He's quite a character.
So he's been making a lot of progress with the girls. And then the other one is Winston.
Oh, yeah.
Right, who's been forging an alliance with some of the ladies that hopefully will lead to successful births next year.
Right.
So that's been my week. I've been supervising mating.
Well, you did help with me and Vet Shona because we had her come up and have a look at the Callum the calf just to check on his navel and everything because we're a little bit concerned about it. But his navel is looking a lot better.
I think with a navel, you never know if it's going to reoccur. You never know when you're quite there in terms of a cure. And it's been a long saga, but one thing about him, Dave, he has grown.
Oh, he's a fighter, is Callum. He's proper there. He's grown outwards. He's grown taller. He's only like 3 weeks old.
I'm worried he's not going to make the weight.
The way he's growing, he's not going to make the weight.
I think he could be bigger than the real Callum, the boxer.
Yeah.
You know, he's not a million miles off.
He's going to be super heavyweight.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. And then we blood tested some sheep as well with Philip. So those tests should be coming back shortly. It's just because imports and exports.
So veterinary stuff.
Yeah.
All those kind of things.
Yeah.
And always nice to see Shona.
Exactly. And Shona was on good form. She had her dogs. Have you seen a big Alsatian?
Yeah, I met it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's big.
I wouldn't want to meet it on a dark night.
It's a nice soft thing though. It's a lovely dog.
So favourite cow was Borkwith Winner.
Yes.
Who cost how much?
140 guineas,
Yeah.
which was an
Quite a lot
absolute
of money then.
fortune,
Considered
really.
purchase, wasn't it? That?
Yeah. And she never quite realised, instead of being something to give 8 or 9 gallons, she was at 5 gallons at the best. But
So you were always trying to squeeze every drop out, hoping that you could justify the investment. But never quite happened.
yeah,
never did.
yeah.
And your dad bought you that. Obviously, your dad tragically passed away within 6 months. So that cow would have been
Yeah.
one you really wanted to hang on to.
Yeah, well, yes, and I did hang on to her for a long time. Yeah, she turned out to be a suckling cow then,
Yeah.
rearing 4 or 5 calves.
So just for my information, Dad, how many years did you dairy at Cannonall Farm before you decided it were going nowhere?
I would think about 5 years maybe. Was I making milk when we got married? I don't think I was. No.
So 5 years dairying.
No, because I don't think you'd have had to get somebody to milk.
Yeah, I would. So I didn't know. Maybe 4 years.
Right, and what about pigs? Did you have a favourite boar or anything?
Well, where did he come from?
Oh, Pig League.
Pig League, yeah.
He was a friend of my mum's.
Oh,
We brought him back from Halifax.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was
Can you remember Pig League?
I remember talking about him. I remember seeing the pigs. You know what's your garden now, Rob? That wall. I had to go on that side of the wall to be safe from the pigs.
That was Pig League. You got a bit keen, didn't
And we didn't have them for long because then we used to play in the old pigsties.
Yeah, well, favourite boy, I suppose he was in a sense because he was a bit of a character. But anyway, he went to another farmer
I
really.
went to hers. I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Oh, so
Yeah,
he
they
had
kept borrowing him, you see.
Right, so you
People
might
round
as
and
well have
about.
him.
a
Yeah.
famous boy.
But we fetched him from Grandma's, didn't we? I can remember someone coming to Grandma's at Halifax with a piglet. It was only a piglet.
In a box.
Yeah. And we fetched it home and my dad thought, oh, well, it'll make a boar. There was no, like, great selective breeding. It was just a male pig that we were attached to, so that became the boar.
One reason why we probably failed at the now we do get the best boars that's possible to get.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I remember Mary Poppins.
Oh,
Right. What kind of horse was she? Pony?
Welsh Mountain?
She came from Dale House,
yes, Aslan Wood.
Aslan Wood,
Yeah.
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 Why?
Well, I suppose I brought her in
Davy
for
was
you
buying as a
lot.
pony.
Yeah.
I never rode on her.
No.
I don't think anybody
I
did.
did. I had a go. I
Yeah.
knew.
Did you?
Yeah, I held on to a mane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it a Shetland?
No,
bigger
no,
than
she
that.
was better than a
Bigger than
Shetland.
that.
Better. I better not say that. No, she was more of a riding pony.
Was there
but-
another horse as well, or not? Was Mary Poppins it?
Don't remember another horse.
Well,
Well, for a long time.
horses have been quite a part of my early life anyway, so I was used to having a pony at that time.
So when you first came here, Mum, after you got married, what did your day look like? What kind of... Were you helping with jobs? Were you just living the life of a housewife?
Yeah, just lazy.
I can't believe that.
I used to get involved with whatever we were doing.
Well,
yeah.
haymaking, you were
Oh, yeah.
an absolute...
I could stack a beautiful
Were you a good
load.
stacker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And I
were,
liked riding home on top of it.
you were part of the essential team.
Was she
for
one
that.
at lads?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, later on, Rosemary and Nigel helped us as well, didn't they? But early on, yeah, but I had to fork them on.
Yeah. And I stacked them. Made a lovely load.
It's all about getting your corners right, Mum.
I know.
There's no worse than getting halfway home and the
Oh,
corner
collapsed.
falling off.
Yeah.
And then you chuck them all at the side of the
and
road.
getting them crossed as well.
Yeah.
You didn't want to finish up with a line like that.
No.
You had to cross them all. Sometimes that was difficult, but it's what we managed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Coming down that rough lane up there,
Yeah.
it had to be a good load, else it wouldn't have lasted.
No, it's good. You could see over the fences.
Yeah.
Well,
See it all
I used to just lay down, look at the sky when we were coming home sometimes.
Did you?
Later on when I stacked and yeah, but that blooming fly is getting me all the time.
I did do some driving as well in those days.
Did you?
Yeah.
What jobs did you do on the tractor?
I've done some air turning
All right.
and bale leading
Yeah,
for Will as well.
Right. Oh, so you did a bit of contracting.
Yeah, I did a bit of contract.
Will being our next door neighbour, who was very much a father figure to me, my mum and dad. He was a good man, and he had some strong sons, and they all
yeah.
used to muck in and
they
help
did.
out.
Yeah. They used to turn up and bring a couple of big trailers in. They were like bodies off wagons and that sort of thing. Ours were a Ferguson proper bale.
So if
trailer.
ever you were towing, they'd turn up like the A-team and solve
but
the
Yeah,
problem.
they'll
you had to be an even better loader with them because you know Gormers on either.
No,
Right.
you did straight sided.
Gormers being on a trailer, if you can just visualise, there's sometimes the construction on the back and on the front for you to push the bales against. The trailers that Dad's talking about had no back or front, so it was all down to the skill of the person stacking.
yeah.
Did Mum pass the test?
Did you do them? Yeah.
Well, I remember stacking on trailers like that, and as you went, let's say you got 4 or 5 high, and
You
then I
went
used
in
to
a
bring it
little
in
bit.
like a pyramid,
Yeah.
Well,
then
that's
cross
where
it all. So it was
So where you could cross your
yeah,
cross your joints.
and the front and the back in taper it in as well. So then you didn't lose half your load.
and sometimes for a bit of safety, you used to put a rope round them
Yeah.
just to
Just depends who stacked them.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, Dad, right? We've talked a lot about early farming practices and all the animals and the type of farming. What about socialising? What did you do for a night out? Presumably that was part of life as well?
What's one of them?
We didn't do that.
No,
you go
we did have a
Village hall.
really.
Yeah, but they were a bit late.
They were a bit later when you'd gone to school,
Yeah.
and
You made some new pals.
and obviously you was fundraising for certain things in the village and that sort of thing. So
And you
that
were
was
on
good.
the parent
Yeah,
thing.
or on parents' committee. Yeah, but it's something that doesn't seem to happen now. You know, I don't, unless I don't know, but I don't think they have any dancers and things in village hall. Never seen them advertised for or anything like that. But
And we used to have friends come and we used to play cards for
Yeah, so that,
pennies and
that's the
tuppences.
type
I've
of thing
still
you
got
used
my
to do.
box of pennies and tuppences.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I've gone, you'll have to clear it out.
so, and then, well, later on we played sort of badminton and things like that, but that was quite a bit later
yeah.
on. Yeah, there was sort of a dancer at Bretton Hall every Saturday night.
Would you still be involved in the young farmers then, or were you kicked out because you were married?
Well, Barnsley Young Farmers sort of packed in when I got to 25, so
Right,
I was in Young Farmers until I was too old for it.
right.
I think it goes on a bit older now. I think they're going to about 28 now. But
Is it?
yeah, but
I
it
think
was
they need an old farmers club, don't they?
I could never understand why you never went to a Young Farmers really. But
Oh,
you
I did a little bit.
did you?
Yeah.
Right.
When I was like, I went, a few times.
Because, well, I mean, from our point of view, it was a really good thing to be part of.
Oh, we'd have never met if it hadn't been for
Well,
them.
we wouldn't know.
Oh, where would you have been now?
Who knows? It just depends which corner you turn.
do you
that-
swipe left or do you swipe right? I mean, turn left or right.
And whichever path you go down, that's where you go.
That's it, yeah.
And it can be entirely different.
It can.
But generally speaking, you're very happy with the path you took?
Yeah, of course we are, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everything that's happened has been for the good, anyway, I think.
Well, that's very good to hear. But now I've got some questions from our viewers. So are you ready?
Yep.
The first question is from a very good friend of yours, Bernice Hancock.
Yes.
Now you have famous sons. Thanks, Bernice. How do you try and keep them grounded?
Oh, that's a difficult one, Denise, really, but
Do you think?
I don't think I really need to keep them grounded. I don't think it's gone to the heads or anything like that.
No.
So I think we can be proud of the fact that they've.
Can somebody get me a drink, please? I'm only kidding.
No.
I think in a job like ours, the place and what you do keeps you grounded, doesn't it? Because you never know, you never feel you're actually there.
No.
You never feel you've made it
You
because
haven't arrived yet.
no,
No.
we just got to enjoy the journey, and that's what we try and do.
You look at the picture and there's an emergency going on and you dash out and do it.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's the sort of job that you can just revel in whatever you've done, really. So,
Yeah, I think we're pretty grounded out.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's from Bernice. Thank
Yeah.
you, Bernice, for sending that in, and thank you for Mum and Dad for saying we're not cocky and arrogant. So, Carol Lloyd, in all the years of work, what's been your favourite thing to do when you try to switch off and relax? In all your years, what do you like to do to unwind? What's your de-stressor? What's the thing that you do every day
Okay.
that you wouldn't do without? I know the answer to this now.
Yeah.
Really. My de-stressor
Yeah.
is to go around the animals at night and just see them, how settled they are, how happy they are, and if there's anything that needs doing, you can actually see when they're poorly, if they are poorly, in those sort of conditions. But I just find walking around the buildings, looking at the animals, is my de-stressor.
Therapeutic.
Yeah.
And Mum, and which wine do you prefer, Mum?
A Sauvignon Blanc.
Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah.
New Zealand, if
Yeah.
anyone's interested.
New Zealand. Yeah.
I know what isn't my dad's de-stressor, and that's going to watch Barnsley Football Club. Because you come back.
I don't think you're that bothered, are you? Yeah, you don't.
Well, you used to be.
It doesn't.
It bothers him when he watches it on television.
A
It's
loss is a
terrible.
loss, and it's gone in
Yeah.
5 minutes. I'm not saying I'm not disappointed, but
You've never struck me as somebody who's
no.
worried about that.
no.
If it's an animal that's not 100%, you'd worry
Well,
all day
I do
about
do
that.
natter about that as much too, and I usually start at a time of day when.
Start good and early and get your worries in early.
You usually leave it while 7 o'clock at night, and then could have hand.
The other thing I think you particularly enjoy, you like a bath, don't you?
Oh, I do.
You know,
I
you
do.
seem to you read the
Not
paper.
without his newspaper.
No, read the newspaper in the bath seems
Yeah.
to be something
And then he
of a
falls
ritual.
asleep, and then he wakes up and pegs it out to dry.
I mean, my Yorkshire Post is too big, so I
Yeah.
have to get a paper that's a bit less.
Yeah, I just don't think the sun suits you, though.
No, but he gets one. No, he gets one on a Saturday, and he keeps it all week.
Does he? Mm-hmm. There's a lot written, though, isn't there? You've got
There
to...
is, I can take. You can. Well, there's some bits of rubbish, but
Dad likes to do it justice. He likes to read all the...
I get full,
gets his money's
full
worth.
value from his Saturday paper.
So, joking apart, Mum, you obviously we all like a glass of wine, don't we? To enjoy in an evening. But the other thing, you particularly enjoy watching cricket, don't you, on television?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Go on then. What's your favourite? Watch? You know, what's your favourite? Is it the 2020? Is it Test cricket?
No,
Is it the IPL?
I don't know. I like Test cricket, but I like 2020 as well, and I like the women's cricket.
So you get a lot from that. Who's your favourite players?
Well, there's Catherine Brunt, but she don't play anymore.
No, and she's from Barnsley, just so
yeah.
people know.
And Johnny Bairstow, and he
Yeah.
plays for Yorkshire.
Who would you play for in the IPL?
I don't know.
Oh.
That's the Indian Premier League.
Various.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's whoever.
Whoever bids for
He's
him.
a hired gun, isn't he?
Sunrises.
But I don't blame him for doing that because he's got to earn money when he can.
Yeah.
You're a long time.
Long time retired.
Yeah.
Until you make a comeback.
And I've got the bruises to show for it.
Yeah. Just for clarity there, we played the charity cricket match in aid of the Limbo Foundation,
Yes.
which is a wonderful charity which gives opportunities to children born with limb differences. And we played Cawthorne Cricket Club on Sunday, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we had a really good day.
Yeah.
I think we raised over £2,000.
Oh, I didn't know how much it.
I faced 3 balls, and I got a duck.
Yes.
I got 14 last year, but before that, my ligament, my quad, it tore. So I've got a big bruise all over my leg.
So,
So
yeah.
Mum loves cricket. She loves wine.
Yeah. Well, she used to like badminton as well,
Yeah,
didn't you?
good player at badminton.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you played for many years, didn't you? Both together and then you on your own? When
Yeah.
Mum decided to retire and look after us instead.
No, he sacked me.
Oh. I was trying to parcel that up slightly better.
Yeah, he said,
Well, what was your sacking like, Mum? Talk us through it.
well, he just didn't want to play with me anymore. He said I wasn't good enough.
That's a bit high.
It isn't, it's true.
Anyway,
Why? So,
moving on.
We did win the league anyway.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
He needed
And
to
you,
win
I
the
know,
league.
and Dad felt he'd accomplished all he could with you and wanted to move on
I
to
wasn't
other
good
challenges.
enough to play
I
behind.
remember somebody else who played with us who sadly isn't with us anymore, and she turned round to her partner and said, "Hit the bloody thing."
Who was that?
It was Nigel she was talking to.
Yeah.
All right.
It was grumbling at her and
Yeah. So, come on. I'll hit you in a minute.
Right, so the last question now from Nikki. Do you have a go-to karaoke song?
it's Ghost Riders in the Sky.
Right, hit us with it then.
An old cowpoke went riding out on dark and windy day. And that'll do.
And Mum, I've never known you
No,
sing
you
very
won't
much.
hear me sing. No.
I've never heard her sing either.
No.
No.
And what would be your favourite song if you did sing?
I'd have been Crosby or Elvis or something.
What about that one, Diana?
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
Diana.
Didn't your dad threaten to break the record if you played it one more time?
My dad did. Yeah.
Right, so a big thank you to Nikki for sending that question in. A big thank you to all our viewers for keeping us well supplied with interesting questions. So, Mum and Dad, been an absolute pleasure to have you on the sofa, metaphorically speaking,
Yeah.
and to learn more about our past, because I do find it interesting, and I'm always enthralled to listen to you both.
Oh, that's very kind
Nice,
of you.
thank you.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Cannonall Farm podcast.
If you've really enjoyed this episode, make sure you leave us a rating on your podcast provider.
But if you can you make it 5 stars?
And don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel.
That's a tongue twister, Dave.
It really is. It took me 3 goes to get it.
Right, until next time, I've been Farmer Rob.
I've been Farmer Dave.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.